Mark Brislin, how are you?
Hey, not too bad. We're going to talk some Parks and Rec today instead of police stuff.
I know. We're still keeping it Claremont, which is great. Yeah. And we were just talking off the air. This is like the summer of reopen.
It is. That's what, it's people are excited. Our programs are filling up. People are outside. They're coming back to the community center. Things are moving in the right direction.
That's awesome. So, are your numbers where they normally would be, or you still have to keep things back a little smaller?
It's kind of in the awkward state right now. Mm-hmm. And it's by choice. Some people are still wearing the mask, and right now it's still recommended in the community center. But we're seeing more and more people not wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Same thing with the staff. We're kind of stepping back a little bit from that. Outside, our soccer programs are back up to where they normally are, which is great. Little League ran this year. There was no Little League last year, so it's great to get those kids back on the ball fields playing.
That's great.
It's great. It's great to see that. I know the kids like it, the parents like it. It's where we need to be.
And big race is coming up.
Yeah, we have the All Out Trail Run. It's part of the New Hampshire Trail Running Series. It's in Moody Park this weekend.
Okay.
It's a little shy of 5 miles. It's 4.75 miles or something to go through all the trails at Moody Park. There's little sections for everybody. Some of them are challenging. Some of them are flat, uphill. It's a great race. People can still register. We'll take race day registrations. That race is at 9 a.m. And we're starting at the bottom this year. In the past, we started at the top of Moody Park. We have that nice view of Scottney and the pavilion. But last year, we mixed it up because of COVID, and we started down low just because we had to run the race differently. And we liked it. We were talking off air a little bit of things that we do differently and what may carry on after COVID. And we liked it down low, and we're gonna do the race, start the race from the bottom of the park again this year.
It's just more challenging, right, from the bottom up?
Yeah. You always had to do the climb, but you're gonna have the climb to the top a little bit earlier in the race this year. And if you're familiar with Moody Park, just that bottom under the pine trees, and there's room for people to kind of chill out before and after the race and hang out. It was nice.
Nice.
Change is always good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
So now, the trail running series, because I know there's Newport, Sunapee, Goshen's got one coming up too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
New this year. Do you have to do the whole series, or can you just pick one race?
You don't. You can pick one race. If you do the whole series, you get points depending on how you place in the race series. But if you're from Claremont and you want to come out and run the race, or from Newport or whatever, and you want to give it a try, come on out to Claremont. I think I don't know if we're the first race of the series, or we're one of the first ones early in the season.
Okay.
So be a good start for people to come out and check it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's back again this year. So, and one thing we were talking about also about this whole COVID thing is the new opportunities that pop up. And I was talking to Elise Crossman a couple weeks ago about this bike race that's coming. And I had talked to Chief Chase about this, and he's like, he said he had you scheduled to come in, and you brought a guest in with you.
I did. I brought Rob Walker in from Claremont Cycle Depot. And Rob is one of the people that, that brought this idea to us. And he's really the driving force behind this race. And morning, Rob.
Hey, this race is a big deal for me. It's something. So COVID didn't affect cycling, right? It actually increased it. We could do it outside. We could do it alone.
Right.
And we've all been waiting in the wing. Everyone who rides a bike, maybe doing it more than we were before, but no way to participate socially. Mm-hmm. So those of us that were hungry for that and building for that have been building for that. And in doing so, an opportunity arose. The organizers for the Eastern States Cup, which is an organizing event that holds downhill and enduro races. So these are very challenging, very exciting, gravity-fed, adrenaline-pumping bike riding that not just everybody participates in, but a very large fraction. They reached out about a little town they never heard of before, and they're coming to Claremont.
Nice.
Based on the work we've been putting in.
So you say the work that you've been putting in. What have you been doing?
So myself and a small dedicated crew build trails there.
Oh, okay. At Arrowhead? Or?
Yeah, in Moody Park and Arrowhead, it's all volunteer driven for the most part, and what's happening right now, but all in an effort to bring something to the city, right, and have something left over when the event's not there for anybody who wants to use it. So yeah, I've been digging almost every day, making it hold the type of event that this is going to be.
So now this bike race, it's not like regular mountain biking, right? Where you're going up hills, down hills, everything. Is this like almost a straight shot down?
So by definition, enduro is it's multiple stages of time downhill.
Okay.
Segments, but you have to get your tail to the top of where the starts are.
So you still have to bike up the...
Yep. Ooh. So you gotta choose the right equipment. You gotta have a bicycle that you can pedal up a hill on, but then a bicycle that can handle some of the most downhill demanding terrain that we can offer. And most people, they drive by Arrowhead, or maybe they go tubing there, and it's a small hill. That is a very steep bump.
Is it?
And then the terrain, the topography, it's rough, it's rugged, it's jagged. It's one of the hardest climbs, I think, that riders will face in the series, and it's the smallest mountain. I mean, usually where these things take place are Killington, Burke Mountain, big mountains.
Yeah.
And we're at Arrowhead.
Awesome, though.
Exciting.
So now, how many people usually do this race?
This will cap at 300, I think, is the max. And it'll be everything from pros that are this is a qualifying event to get to a world enduro, which is obviously traveling across seas to race.
Yeah.
And so this is the highest points race, I believe, in the series here in New England. But we had to pick a number that the venue will hold.
Okay.
So it will have pro riders down to under 12 amateurs.
So on the purely economic standpoint for the city of Claremont, you're going to throw in 300 people, plus their family and friends and fans, and this should be a great little mini boom to the Claremont economy.
And it's a weekend event, so the race is Saturday and Sunday. People will come in on a Friday evening, checking things out, and I mean, there's people coming in now to checking the course out, riding the course. Rob's been doing some rides up there on Thursday evening. Different people have been coming in, bloggers, YouTubers. It's getting some good publicity. So this is
crazy.
Right. You talk about, the economic impact that it's going to have. It's going to be hopping that weekend in Claremont.
We have a YouTube influencer there today, filming over the next couple days, and that's brought some attention to the hill. Nice. Anyone listening, if you're interested in going out and riding there, look before you leap. There's a lot of steep, challenging terrain, and there's signage to tell you that, but it's definitely important to note that this is really tough. At least, we have great trails in Newport and all over the place here. In my opinion, this is the most challenging.
Now, do you do this yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
That's kind of what opened the window.
Okay.
This is a race discipline that I was very much involved in and still am. Just taking an opportunity to build and give back to that community.
Awesome.
And there's always been mountain biking trails on Arrowhead.
Correct.
And they used to do races at Arrowhead years ago. So this is kind of bringing it back, and I don't know if it's used to race before.
Absolutely, yeah. So the trails that were there were very I think at some point they'd bring us up in a four-wheeler, and they were just straight down the hill, craziness. This is we want to add a little bit of pedaling to the event and make it a little harder. So we've been definitely rerouting things and moving stuff around and building new stuff. But
nice. Yeah,
the history of this race goes way back. Before I even fell in love with bikes, so it's been going on in Claremont for a long time.
And this race is gonna open up the opportunity, because there's been trails there, but now they're gonna be established, and there's signage up, so people will know what they're getting themselves into. I'm into mountain biking too.
Oh, okay.
I don't do the same mountain biking that Rob does. I'm more of a Moody Park trail rider type person. Rob goes down hills, jumps things, and
you don't do that?
No.
You'll break something?
I don't know. I hurt when I go down now. and it takes me a while to recover. But it's different riding styles. I mean, I get it. I go up, Rob shows me, and I say, yeah, that looks fun. And
well, what's cool is there's so many different subgroups. I mean, you've got biking, and that sounds like it's almost a generalistic term because you've got, are you on the road, you mountain biking? And okay, so now you're mountain biking. Well, what version of mountain biking are you doing? Are you doing fat tires? Are you doing, the enduro thing like you're talking about? I mean, there's just so many subgroups that you can break down to, but the fact that Claremont is capitalizing on a subgroup that's going to bring a ton of people and get a lot of exposure is fantastic.
The long play for that is that what's super unique about Claremont in our area, Claremont Newport, is that we have so many different things all in one spot.
Yes.
So we have really great road riding, gravel roads. People come from all around to ride our dirt roads.
Mm-hmm.
We're thinking like, really? That ruined the struts in my car, but they're out there riding their bikes on it. The long play is that we have all that in this area, and now people are starting to learn that, which is cool.
I'd love to see them. So I don't know who would do this. Pave the rail trail from Newport to Claremont, pave that whole way, make it a nice, easy walking path, biking path, because I know that some will bike that, but they only do it once because it's kind of soft.
Yeah, that would definitely change it. There's the Stowe, Vermont is a place like that where there's a bike path that's paved, and it is definitely an economic booster.
I was just up there a couple months ago, and I saw people walking and riding right through town, right?
Yeah.
And through the fields and everything.
I think they can pull up to a bar if they wanted to.
Many of them.
Yeah. It's, I'm seeing the vision. I know. I like where you're going.
I mean, I talk to Derek Furlan once a month on here, and I'm on the Chamber of Commerce, and so many different people kind of see the same thing, how much recreation can grow a community. I mean, your campgrounds get more full, your hotels, your restaurants, you sell more gas at the gas station, it just builds up everything. So when I heard about this, I thought, wow, this is fantastic.
Right. I was just talking to somebody the other day about the same thing in Claremont, and especially the trails at Moody Park are great. We have 8 miles of trails in Moody Park, and it's easy to go ride there after work. It's a quick commute from your house or your work. You go, you ride for an hour and a half, you're done, you're back at home, you can get on with your life. But all the recreation that we have within Claremont, there's a golf course in Claremont.
Right.
There's the great park systems, there's a boat launch, there's so much recreation that brings people to that area. It's really a great place. And
I feel like the boat launch doesn't get used quite as much as it really could.
Yeah, it has. It sees a lot of action down there, and people launch their canoes and their kayaks, and it's a good thing for Claremont.
Yep,
it's fantastic. So when exactly is the race happening?
We are August 21st and 22nd. Yep. That's there'll be things happening just before that, but that's official.
Nice.
And there'll be some spectator-friendly spots. People that come out need to be prepared to hike a little bit, probably. The mountain's a little steep, but it'll be exciting to view.
And there'll be areas for spectators.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Nice. How's the bike shop been?
Crazy.
Yeah.
There's a bike shortage, and the demand is just insane.
So there's still a shortage?
Yeah, it's going to continue on through 2022. We're currently selling bikes that won't be delivered until next year.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Yep. When this COVID first started, I think I was on the phone with the governor's office trying to plead my case that we were an essential business, right? As I'm looking at my people and myself thinking, I don't want to stop working.
Right.
And I think I got some intern on the phone was like, dude, no sweat. You're essential. And I'm like, oh, now what? And then we proceeded to do an entire summer's worth of business out of a window in 30 days.
Oof.
And then product started to not be available because everyone was doing that across the country. People were coming to buy bikes that I'm not even sure they knew why they were there. They just got the notion.
Yeah.
It's been crazy busy.
I had heard that there's a bike shortage last year, and I didn't really pay much attention to it until somebody said walk through Walmart and look at the bike racks. Like even the kind of junkier bikes are gone.
Sure.
And I walked home like, holy cow, they're gone. And I've noticed they haven't been replenished yet. Like they're still gone.
Yeah. Yeah, there's waiting lists for that, and manufacturers are down, and I think where a lot of this stuff comes from, they're not at capacity with the demand or the workforce or all those factors.
Such a weird world right now.
It's crazy.
Every once in a while you find out there's a shortage of something. Like there's a tin can shortage. We were talking off the air about the Brewfest last weekend, and a couple of the breweries are having a hard time finding cans to can their beer because there's a can shortage. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with trucks and vehicles. That chip that they're missing because it went into computers and laptops and phones during when people are working remotely in schools, and now there's a shortage of trucks
it's so
and vehicles.
Wide. Building supplies, anything outdoor industry is rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great to see people are getting out. The bike race itself is happening in August 21st is when that kicks off. I know some other stuff happened in Claremont. 4th of July, always a big event. That is back, not canceled.
We're back. We're on.
Boom.
Yeah, we're excited for that. A lot of people are excited. This is one of our larger events that we do in Claremont. It's always a great show. A lot of great vendors lined up. We have a band, American Cheese, will be performing.
Sounds delicious.
Scott Hagar has a new band. If you know Scott, he I guess the band brought the band back together after COVID, and they'll be performing down there.
Is that his band, American Cheese?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll be down there, doing the sound and performing that night right up until 9:30 when we do the fireworks show. So it'll be great. So I think we're up to 12, 15 vendors that will be down there. Okay. Band goes on at 6:30. Food vendors open up at 6 o'clock, and people just start coming down to the park and getting ready for the great show at 9:30.
Excellent. Glad to see that's back.
Yeah, and once again, the fireworks are sponsored through McGee Toyota. So they sponsor the fireworks. They've done it for the last couple of years, and we're really, really thankful for them to do that, so we can continue this tradition that Claremont has of doing a great July 4th show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Any other events coming up that you want to get on?
That's a big one, July 4th. The bike race and the trail race coming up on this Saturday, which are still, like I said, we're doing race day registration. You can go online and register. Our programs are coming back. The community center is open. It's amazing when I run into people and are you guys open? But yep, we've been open for a while, and it's just getting that word out that we're back, we're open. Our programs are up and running. Summer soccer has just started. We just completed our season of Little League, so we're back. It's great to see kids back on the field and participating.
Excellent. Mark, appreciate you coming in. Anything else on the bike race you want to get on?
No, I think that if anybody's interested, they should come out and watch it. We're going to put on a good show.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, thanks both you guys. I think this is fun, and an early congratulations on an upcoming event for the bike race, which should be great. And congratulations on Claremont really reopening and getting back to not even just the new norm, but almost the old norm with some changes.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks again.